Hi, I'm Alexa. I don't think I have quite fully processed what just happened to me in the past 7 days. Um, and I definitely haven't hit the depression stage where it finally kicks in that the shows are over for me, that my tickets, I've used them, they've gone, the shows are done. Uh, but last Thursday, I went to Chicago and I saw Oasis on their Live 25 tour. Then the following morning, I flew out to New York. I visited my sister for the weekend and we went to technically East Rutherford. That side. East Rutherford on Monday night for their second show in New Jersey. I moved to America when I was a teenager, and it wasn't a good thing. It was forced upon me. It was traumatic. It was the culmination of years of trauma and abuse. And I brought with me 2 suitcases. I have, over the years, been able to get a few additional things here and there, but essentially everything else that I owned, everything that I was, my life, it was gone. It was destroyed, obliterated. One of the things I brought with me was a cassette tape of What's the Story, Morning Glory, which was one of the first, probably 2 or 3, within the first 2 or 3 cassette tapes that I bought myself. The other one I remember buying for myself, though I'm sure I bought others for myself. The other one I remember buying was Blur, The Great Escape. But it was definitely What's the Story, Morning Glory, and it came with me. And I eventually upgraded to CDs, as you do. And I would listen to the song Hello on repeat over and over and over again. There is a line, I mean, the whole song it sort of captured what I was feeling, but the line goes, "It's never going to be the same until the life I knew comes to my house and says hello." And it was almost like that tiny little chance that life could be the same again. But it's never going to be the same. Because is the life ever going to come to your house and say hello to you and knock on your door, right? So it was sort of admitting it's never going to be the same, but also like having a little bit of hope that it would be the same again eventually. I've listened to a lot of their stuff over the years. There's certainly some songs that I don't know, some of their lesser known stuff. There's stuff that I forget I know. Today I was listening to, I want to say it's their 5th album, and could be their 6th album. I've been rotating through them. I have them all in my car and I've been rotating through them. And I was listening to Lila, and I haven't listened to it in forever. And Guess God Thinks I'm Able is on that one, a couple others, and just sort of listening to them again with fresh ears and like, oh yeah, wow, no, I remember these. I just haven't listened to them as much recently. I definitely was listening to the set list. So they did 23 songs. They've done the same set list at every show so far. Noel has come out and said it's working. Why are we going to change it? People are enjoying the songs, you know? So it looks like that's going to be the set list for the rest of the tour. Obviously that could change. They might decide to switch it up a little bit. 23 of their biggest known songs, very heavy on the first 2 albums, not complaining. Love what they put out there. There may be like 1 or 2 that I probably would have switched out just because they're not necessarily my favorites, but I think they have more personal importance to the brothers. It's their show. They get to choose, right? I fully own that I am a very emotional person, and I kind of joke that I didn't cry a lot over certain things when I was younger, so now I cry over things that don't need to be cried over, and I'll cry at anything. But yeah, I went into the first show knowing that I was going to cry. I had tissues on me. I had tissues at the second show, but I was a little more prepared for it. Didn't teared up a little bit, but didn't really cry. I cried my way through the opening. Hello was the first song. It was just sort of this wall of emotion and this overwhelming feeling and just amazing. When they broke up in 2009, I had started looking for tour tickets, and I had realized that they had been in America, which I didn't realize they had been to America. I found out they'd been to America. I'd missed them. I don't remember exactly how long prior to me figuring this out they were there, that they were now in Europe. And then they broke up, and I just kind of said the next time they're here, sort of to myself, I was like, the next time they're in the US, I'm going to go see them. Like, I'm going to make it happen. It can't be that expensive. And at the end of the day, like, I can find money for a ticket if they come to New York City, right? At the area somewhere in New York. I was in New York at the time. And they broke up right after I had sort of figured out that I could see them, this band that I really enjoyed. And I didn't see them getting back together. Family dynamics can be rough. I have spoken about being estranged from two members of my immediate family. I tried reconciling with one of them, and it didn't go well. The same stuff happened again, and I'm not interested in that. I have boundaries. I deserve respect, and I'm not going to give those up and allow myself to be disrespected for this person. They know what they need to do if they wish to be in my life. They said they wanted to. They couldn't. They didn't do it. The dynamics between the brothers, it was sad. And then I didn't know. I didn't see it that they were going to get back together. I now I'm glad they did. I am so glad they did. And I genuinely hope for them that they are able to keep it going. They don't have to be, absolute best friends and do absolutely everything together and, completely 100% all the time. Like, find something that works for them. But it's so amazing to also have been to these stadiums and have seen all the other fans. I didn't fully grasp how much Oasis meant to so many people. Like, I knew they were big. I knew they had hits. I didn't really know in the US, though, right? I didn't really ever hear or see or know that there was so much support over here in the US. And these shows, the crowds were amazing. They're all the shows are sold out. The set list definitely had some highs and lows. So one of the songs that I rediscovered in getting ready for the set list is Bring It On Down. So that's actually on their first album, and I've listened to it before, and I just kind of haven't listened to it in forever. And I started listening to it, and that one, definitely enjoy it. No, don't lay on that. Oh no, Kane, let me get it. No, don't ruin it. So I was gonna I'll do it now because he's in the way. I bought a few things, but they are very expensive. All the memorabilia. Oh my gosh, cats, y'all, cats. So I got the wrong thing here. Hold on a second, folks. I'm not starting again. This is real life. This is why I call it Real Life Alexa. This is what happens. I bought myself this poster, and I genuinely am not sure what to do with it for now. It's got the locations. So I obviously went to Chicago, and I went to East Rutherford. I need to get, I think did he just put a thing in it? Oh, he's just put a dent in it right here. Can you see that? You can see that. Kane! Anyway, I'm going to get a frame for it and put it up. I was thinking I do actually have to go check this. I have a box with some memorabilia from the first Queen show that I ever went to. That show was like this eye-opening sort of realization that everything was going to be okay. Oh, he put claw marks in this. It's my own fault. I put it on the desk. Well, it is what it is. So the first show I went to for Queen, I was in a really rough place. I bought the ticket. I'd been unemployed for quite a while, and I finally got a job, and a birthday was coming up, and I was like, holy crap, Queen is still touring. I didn't think that I would ever see them. I thought they'd be retired. Adam Lambert has been singing for them for years. He's phenomenal. And I went to that show, and the entire time, all I could think was, everything's going to be okay. There's still good stuff in life. Like, I'm going to be able to do things I want to do. I'm going to be able to get things I want to do done. I'm going to do them. I'm going to afford them. Everything's going to work out. And it was just this sort of night. And Adam Lambert was, if you have to see Queen, please see them with Adam Lambert singing. I have seen so many other people try and sing the songs, and I have never seen anyone come as close to Freddie and as respectfully true to the material as Adam has been. And I haven't seen other people live. I don't want to see them live. I've seen them in recordings, and it just doesn't work for me. This is coming at a different time. This is a little bit more of that same, like just reiterating, yes, stuff is going to be fine, but also unexpected things are going to happen. Unexpected good things that we thought are off the table could be back on the table, right? Life changes. Things change over time. One thing I am a little upset about is I bought this shirt in Chicago. On the back is all of the dates. The whole tour so far that they've announced, all the dates are on the back. And then when we were in New Jersey, this one, the black one, Megan pointed it out and said, that's my sister. She pointed out and she said, oh, where's that one? And I was like, I didn't see that one in Chicago. I didn't see one like it. And then as we were walking, we saw someone with essentially the same shirt, but a different, the print is different colored for different cities. We saw one that had Dublin, Croke Park. And I was like, was there a Chicago one? And it seems like they didn't have it at all of the different, they only had it at a couple of the vendors, possibly. Anyway, there was a Chicago one, and it was blue, and I would have bought it if I had seen it, but I didn't see it, so that's fine. I got the white one, and I do like it. The back of this has all the dates. The back of this one is just Oasis, and then the actual date, 9/1/25. So they must have had different stock for Sunday night and different for Monday night. Then, like I said, I got this. Can you see down here the little claw marks? Oh, yeah, you can. Thanks, Kane. Punk. Maybe I can sort of smooth that out a little bit. But the Queen stuff, I might have a poster. So I'm going to frame them, and I'm going to find somewhere to put them up. And this has been in the closet since I got home. Flat. I've literally had it out for less than 20 minutes. And he got it. This is why we don't put stuff in the living room. This is why we always put them somewhere safe. The only other thing I bought, y'all, I spent a lot of money, and I'm still in shock by how much everything cost me, from my flight to the hotel in Chicago to like parking to everything. I don't do this. I don't think I've ever done something like this where I spent that much money on everything. But it was an experience. And it was a fun experience. I decided to buy this. It is their official tour book. It's beautiful. It has like the equipment they all have. Although I will say this, okay? So you've got Noel and you've got his guitars and stuff. Excuse me, but that's just a microphone for Liam. Where are the maracas and the tambourine? I'm pretty sure he plays them. Anyway, this is really pretty, so I'm going to have to figure out where to put this. I'll probably put it in the same place as my Everton memorabilia, and that way it is away from the cats as well. Because as you can tell, cats are cats. It has got history in, different pictures, different behind the scenes stuff. Oh, it's just beautiful. It's just beautiful, the pictures and the quality. And of course, now that there isn't something special to lie on, Kane has run away. The other thing that happened, I spent the weekend in New York with my sister. We went to a few shows. We had food. It totally upset my stomach. Poor sister had to deal with me throwing up at like 6 a.m. Monday morning, I think it was. It is what it is. Stuff was just greasy. My stomach was like, no, I don't like it. I was probably stressed out because travel is stressful too. But we, at one point, were between two things we were doing. Excuse me. And we were walking down, I want to say it was 7th Avenue. It might have been 8th. It was either 7th or 8th Avenue. I think it was 7th, because we walked from Times Square down. There was a bar. And so there's a bar in Manchester called the Definitely Maybe Bar, and the owner is a absolute Oasis fan. Like, he has bought all sorts of memorabilia and such. And anyway, they're doing these pop-up bars at each location and bringing this memorabilia. So the sofa that was Bonehead Sofa, I think it was Bonehead Sofa, that is actually on the cover of Definitely Maybe, in the photo on the cover, that is part of this little exhibition. Bunch of other memorabilia, some of the band stuff from shows, stuff from tours, so on and so forth. I don't want to tell you everything that's there. It's worth, if you're interested in an Oasis fan, like, definitely worth going. I hadn't looked it up. We randomly walked past it, and I was like, oh, that's what that is. Anyway, so I went in, and there was a cover band playing who sounded exactly like Liam Gallagher. I mean, the singer was like on point. And I don't normally like cover bands for the songs that I love a lot. I want to hear the original. I don't want to hear other people's takes on it. I want to hear I want to hear the original. This cover band was great. They were doing an amazing job, and to see that many fans just having fun. So I think we saw them on Sunday. That was when we walked past there. It was worth it. This is a memory. This is something I never thought I would get the chance to do. And to be able to do it pretty close to my home, to also then get to visit somewhere I lived for 8 years and still have so many wonderful, fond memories. Friends there, got to meet up with a couple of friends. To go to the show with my sister. I've never been to a show with her. To just spend time with her as an adult versus most of the time I've spent with her one-on-one was when she was a young child that I would be babysitting. To get to have all of that all rolled up and bookended by these two shows, it's going to take a little bit of time to truly fully process it, but I am so grateful that I was brought to this point and have worked hard to get to this point and have made choices and been lucky, right? So luck is 99% hard work and 1% opportunity and taking that opportunity when it comes up, that, all of it, I'm grateful for. The show was so good. The second show I remembered my earplugs for, which as a sound engineer, I did sound engineering in college. You actually hear more of the music and the skill and the vocals more clearly. I was sitting there during one of Noel's songs, and then there's a break where there's 3 songs that he sings and Laban's on stage, and then also towards the end he does Master Plan, and I was just sitting there like enraptured by the actual musicianship, listening to, there's one where I think it's called the slide guitar. It has the metal sort of tube and they slide up and down, slide guitar. Just listening to the musicians, if you can get tickets, there'll be some resale tickets. If you don't have them, definitely keep checking up until the show starts. If you are a fan, I hope you get to experience it the same as I have. I think a lot of us were like, hopefully they don't split up before the show I have tickets to, right? Like, I hope they don't break up at all. There's rumors of new music in the start of the new year. And if that happens, maybe they'll go on tour again, and then we could all see them another time. I think that would be really, really amazing. So if you have not seen this show yet, I genuinely hope they make it to your city and that you have an amazing time and that the show is fantastic for you. If you've seen it already, let me know how your experience was and drop a like, subscribe. I don't even know what else to say. Be kind to yourself. See you on the next one.